get on the road in Gil's F100. This is an old car dealership. Yeah, because outside you really see how big it is. I mean, it's a big,
pretty good size.
Big space.
We put Speed Bet on the back, so that's where the name Speed Bet came from.
Okay, I promised you a private collection. Multiple cars through here have 427s in them. Let's go. And just like that, we're back with another episode of Opposing Cylinders. And my ride today, we're hoping to avoid some rain. We got Gil. Yeah. Do what?
Jamming some Rick Springfield, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are on the road today for another episode. I'm back in Nashville, Tennessee, but we're going to go to, I don't know where we're going to go. We'll ask Gil, but we do have a private collection that we're going to go to as well. Undisclosed location. We won't share where it's at, but let's get on the road in Gil's F100. So Gil, we're back in the truck. Now, where are we going to be in 2 weeks? For you, it'll be 1 week. For us, it'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks we're going to be in California, having fun over there. Getting excited to be able to drive the hot rods around California and see some cool drag racing. That's going to be the highlight of our trip, I think.
Yeah. So NHRA finals. So any of our West Coast group or anyone that wants to see, hang out, we'll have the 413 coupe. We'll have Scott Miller's Tan 5 window. You've seen those in other videos. They are at the SoCal Speed Shop already. They got shipped out from Oklahoma for a previous video. But we're going to be at the NHRA finals in Pomona. So if you're there, stop by the SoCal booth and we'll be hanging out. I think thanks to SoCal Speed Shop, we're hooked up with tickets. But also check out the Jeff Deal Racing, the Top Fuel Funny Car. It'll have the SoCal banner down the side, but it also has the Opposing Cylinders sticker on the hood and a few other spots. So thanks, Jeff, for allowing us to be a sponsor for your last 3 races here. We're a proud sponsor of a Top Fuel Funny Car. You'll see that in Pomona as well. But Gil and I are together, and one of the things we're today talking about is a special trip. We mentioned it in our previous video when we were out at Gathering at the Rock, but we're planning on doing a Bonneville trip.
Absolutely. This year, last year we weren't able to do it, but this year we've been planning a Bonneville trip, and we're actually wanting to take some people with us this year. So hopefully we can get this all ironed out and get everybody on the road and get a good road trip going and some good stops and have a lot of fun.
So is that something that you all would have an interest in? Comment below, let us know. Again, our goal is to try to organize everything, have some tour stops. We're planning on some of that now as we speak. We're making some notes, we have some ideas, but we want it to be scenic, not just, you know, you're driving 500 miles a day just to follow along in cars. Right. I think we want it to be a special trip, and we kind of have an idea of some places based on our last journey and some other places that have invited us to come. So,
and I think every year we want to change it also. So
yes,
every year when we go to Bonneville, it just won't be the same trip. It'll be a different trip every year, different locations, different route. We'll plan that all out, and everybody can, you know, they can meet us also in certain areas if they want. And we're looking for shops that will have us that are interested in hosting as well. And I'm sure Kevin has a bunch in mind. I have some in mind.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out.
Yeah. So yeah, we're excited about that. And it may not be a Bonneville trip every year. We have a lot of you that watch ask, hey, how do I get to be involved? You know, I want to do a road trip. Maybe it's a dream trip for you as well, whether it's Bonneville or another road trip. We're going to try to incorporate more of those things. Our members on our website, again, visit OpposingCylinders.com. Join us as a club or a crew member. We're going to give you a discount on some of these items as well. But you also get Opposing Cylinders swag pack. We now have, I think, 23 or 24 vendor partners, and that continues to grow each and every week. They're giving you discounts on everything, so from parts shipping your vehicles, you name it. We really have discounts for you on a lot of different things, and we're looking to add more, again, each and every week. So where are we going first today, Gil? This is a gentleman that's invited us a couple times.
Right, a gentleman by the name of Jeff. He invited us to his place. It's called Speed Vet. He's got a cool diner there and lots of collectibles and lots of cool things to see. So he's been gracious enough to invite us a couple times, and we haven't been able to make it out there, but this time we really want to stop and eat at his diner, you know, and check out his collection. So we're on our way there.
Now, where is he located? Do you know?
He's in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Pulaski.
Yeah, so small town, but lots of cool stuff in Pulaski. So we're on our way there now.
Yeah. So the nice thing about the F100, Gil picked me up in, this thing, it's no stranger to the highway, and this thing runs with the best of any vehicle at any speed, and this thing just goes. Now after that, as I mentioned, we're going to do a private collection. We won't share exactly where we're at on there. I'm hoping to be able to film. I think it's going to be a special garage, a lot of cars in here, so I probably won't show the exterior of the place. But I'm really hoping that I can share that. And then tomorrow, where are we going tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, actually, I think we have another private collection. The guy's been calling and he's given us details about it. It's one of those, we can't really tell you where it's at either, but it's in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So we'll get more details on that today, and hopefully, you know, he's got supposedly 40, 50, 33s, 34s, Model A's, and probably 20, 30 motorcycles, vintage motorcycles. So we'll see how cool that is also.
So this may be a two-part episode if we do a lot tomorrow as well. So stay tuned. And then after these episodes, again, we're going to be in California. I can't wait. California trips, well, you're going to be out there a couple times.
I'll be out there a couple times. We're still debating if we want to take another 32 out there.
Yeah.
So we're still kind of up in the air with that one. We're trying to get my 34 done, and 34's at the radiator shop getting that thing built with that cut radiator that we have, so I can't ship that one out there. So we have another 32 that we're debating on taking out there. So if and it's for sale.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in buying it, I mean, check out Opposing Cylinders for that. And it's a cool car, really cool car, and it was Kevin's old car, so it's
yeah, it's my old blue Roadster.
yeah, that thing's won a bunch of cool things. Been a top 5 in the Hot Rod of the Year, so I'm sure everybody remembers it. Super cool car. So we're still debating if we want to take it out there, and maybe some of those California people will want to take that car off our hands.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So California-wise, again, if you're looking to ship a car out, SoCal Speed Shop is a vendor partner as well, and they're going to give you a discount. So you're gonna, it'll pay for the membership. You'll get a discount off of storing your car out there. So ours is out there for 8 months, and we're going to do NHRA finals. We'll be at Grand National Roadster Show.
Yes.
So the whole crew will be at Grand National Roadster Show. We'll have multiple cars there, and then we will do a drive from, so those that are shipping their cars out to California, we're inviting you on a drive. You want to do another road tour from California to not Del Mar, California to Lake Havasu. We're going to do Havasu Deuces, and then we're probably going to do Del Mar, Good Guys Del Mar. I think that is in the cards, a drive from there, from SoCal to Del Mar down the coast, and then I think we're going to do LA Roadster Show, and maybe one more. I can't remember. They all blend in together, but we're going to be in California at least 4 to 5 times here over the next 8 months. So if you're in the area, stop by. We're going to have open houses. We have some other special things with SoCal Speed Shop. So I think it's going to be a fun-filled, packed 2025. And Gil is going to be joining us on a lot of these as well. So definitely stop by and see us at NHRA Finals. So Well, when we get to this next place, Speed Vet in Pulaski, we'll show you more inside any collection. We'll show you the diner. It is, I think, not too far off the highway. So if you're coming through just down 65 heading south, like toward Alabama, it may be a cool place for you to stop by and support them as well. We support car people, and we hopefully that you do as well. So we'll see you here in just a few minutes like that. Okay, we made it to Pulaski, Tennessee. I'm still in Tennessee. Pulaski, Tennessee. And we are at American Filling Station. We'll show you this. So you can come in here and eat. It's really cool. It looks like an old filling station. And we got Gil's truck right by the gas pumps here. So really neat. It's just right when you come into town at the end, you turn at this stoplight. And then over here, we're gonna take you through Speed Vet Garage. And I have no idea what's in store, but you can see kind of the address up here. A real nice building, and goes way back in there. But Speed Vet Garage here in Pulaski, Tennessee. So we may get a little bite to eat here first, take some pictures, and hopefully you see one of the pictures we take on this thumbnail. So we got to get a good picture of Gil's truck. It's one of my favorite trucks. That thing just rolls down the highway. I love it. Okay, we're inside Speed Vet. We want to show you just a couple different angles. We're going to show you more as we go, but this is an old car dealership, and you see some of the signs on the wall. So it used to be a Buick, GMC, Pontiac, and Chevy dealer? International. So international all the way over. So this was the showroom, and it's still kind of a showroom, but just really neat and decorated. And then just signs and car collection. But Jeff is going to give us a little bit of a tour here, but we wanted to show you. And then kind of over here, they turned it into a kind of a 50s little diner where you have a little, like a soda place or something. Yeah, soda fountain. But check out all this really cool stuff inside. And then the old offices, and then upstairs now is just they turned it into like a little vacancy, like a little what?
Bel Air Motel.
Bel Air Motel. Yeah. So inside there is just really neat, but yeah, we're going to continue to show you more inside this, but just really cool for those of you that like the little motorbikes. You have all these things in here as well.
If you do visit the motel, you got to know how to use a rotary phone.
Yeah.
And bring your quarters for the magic
Bring your
fingers.
quarters for the magic fingers.
Yeah, I've been trying to sell these Hondas forever. The 70s are $375, the Mini Z50 is $269. I can't get anybody to buy them. I might have to reduce the price.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's sarcasm, I think. I'll buy the gas pump for $250. So what year, Jeff, was this again started, this dealership?
Was built in 1955.
Yeah.
It was originally, like you said, it was International Buick, GMC, Pontiac, and then in 1968 the Chevrolet dealer moved down. So it was Chevrolet from 68 until 97.
Okay.
So.
And then you got a wild hair and you built the restaurant next door.
Well, the restaurant next door was the body shop to the dealership years ago, and we didn't know what to do with it, so any logical person would just put in a restaurant, so that's what we did.
Now, what type of hours are you guys open? Are you open every day?
7 days a week,
Okay.
7 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 till 7, and Sunday, 9 till 5.
And does the drive-through work as well?
Drive-through's open, yeah.
So drive-through, and what do you guys specialize in?
We do gourmet hot dogs. We have our Coney dogs. It's like a Michigan thing, the Coney dogs. We've got ice cream, which is actually from Michigan as well. We've got smoked pulled pork sandwiches. We've got coffees, all the espressos, lattes, hot and cold drinks, daylight donuts. So we've got some different things out there, so you have to check it out.
And then the last thing I'm going to ask you is, what is the address of that? So when people are driving through, it's not that far off the highway. How can they find you guys and maybe come and grab a bite to eat when they're on the road?
Right, so that is 810 North First Street, Pulaski, Tennessee, which is US 31. 31 goes from Upper Michigan all the way to Florida. It's right off of I-65 in Tennessee. We're 11 miles off of 65, so.
Perfect. Well, stop by. We want to show you that, but we're going to show you more as we go. We got to show cars, right? That's what it's all about as well, and collections. But you got to stop by here at Pulaski, grab a bite to eat, and we're going to do that, I think, as well.
Right, yeah, he just gave us the menu and made us hungry.
Yeah, so my stomach's going to start growling. So let's continue on. So we're just inside. This would have been service area.
This would have been the service department, yeah.
And it's actually a big area. Of course, I guess service, yeah.
15,000 square feet. This is like 10,000 on the first floor.
Okay. Yeah, because outside you really see how big it is. I mean, it's a big,
It's a pretty good size.
big space.
Not in today's world for dealerships, but in the 50s it would have been a pretty big deal.
Right, right. Okay, I'm just going to follow you, Jeff.
All right, so here's what we've got. This would have been the service department. This, and this is Murray Chevrolet. They were the last dealer that was in here. This would have been the Murray's offices. This was a hallway, and it had the two owner offices, had the finance department at the end. I tore it all out, added a staircase to go up to our house, added a full bathroom, and we made it like a game room in here. That's an old Alamite cabinet that I made an entertainment center. It would have usually sat on the floor in a service department. This is an old old cigarette machine. I made it a Hot Wheels machine.
That's cool.
So it's just different things that I like to restore, gas pumps, everything.
Now, do you paint and everything as well?
I
Okay.
painted all, yeah.
So you've done all this. Wow.
Talk about a cool man cave.
Yeah.
So this is a full bathroom. This goes up to our house.
Do you want me to show this at all?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to show anything that you don't want seen.
Pedal
Oh,
cars.
that's cool.
So this would have been, when it was a dealership, upstairs was the parts department. They stored all their extra parts up here.
There you go.
When we bought it,
Oh, wow.
there was no walls up here, and it was a dirty, nasty mess. The floors were never cleaned. This is the original flooring. But the roof leaked for 30 years, so there's dark spots on the floors where you can see water sat.
Right.
So I tore the flooring out of where the bathroom is now, used that to patch areas that needed to be fixed. And so we added a bathroom, of course, and we added, that's our living room wall. Behind it, I'll let Tracy show you the closet. But we made that look like a general store. It's our pantry.
Wow. Now you did all the work and everything up here?
Did all this. Yeah.
Gee.
It was a dirty mess. The windows were all painted. We took them out. I put new windows in, but just cleaned everything. Did the best I could with trying to sand the floors down and finished the floors and painted it all black on the ceiling and walls white, and here we are.
Well, it's a big space.
Really a great view that
It
you
is.
have.
You can see the courthouse.
Yeah.
See the courthouse right behind the sign there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We've got a beautiful
Wow.
courthouse. You have to drive by that.
Oh, I like this. That's cool.
Old hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey.
So this area would have been, what area?
This was the parts department when it was a dealership. They stored all their extra parts up here.
Okay.
And then they had a parts department downstairs too. I'll show you that, but this is where all their extra stuff would
That's cool.
have stored. Wow. So that's got old metal shingles from a house down here. Those are old shingles. It's got the old screen door.
So you recycled as much as you could.
Try to
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Really neat. Just all the signs and decorations and
This is the speed bet car. This is where the name came from. I built this car 15 years ago when C6s were new, and the Corvettes had Corvette on the back, but I built this whole body kit and made molds, so we put speed bet on the back, so that's where the name speed bet came from. And this is what it was. My son got this. He traded a Geo Tracker for that old, it was just a piece of junk 80 Corvette with a dun tub front clip. We're like,
Right.
what are we going to do with that? It's ugly. So we got some C6 headlights and grafted them in. Well, then I thought, well, I could do bumpers. So I had some rubber bumpers, had a buddy of mine make fiberglass bumpers, and I sectioned them to fit the car, did the flares, did the side scoops, got it ready for paint, and then took it to him. He made molds, and from molds, new parts. So I got that done, and I thought I can do a convertible version just by changing one part of the mold on the back. So we made this is a 78 coupe, we made a convertible out of it. And then I did the dash, like a C6 style dash. So these are all cars and gas pumps I've had.
So how many Corvettes have you had? Do you know? You
40
lost
or 50.
40 or 50?
Yeah. Quite a few.
I like it. I like the rear. It looks like
Yeah,
big
the-
wide body and everything.
Yeah,
and
see, it's,
Yeah.
and it's a 1980, but everything on that car, we built the whole thing except for the doors and the T-tops.
I'm gonna show this car real quick. We'll give you a quick walk around. What motor is in it?
It's got a 383 stroker.
Okay.
It needs a LS, but I don't know if it'll ever get one.
Thing looks really wild in person.
It's different.
I like it.
Those no reason cars, there's no reason to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, this car, I did my senior year of high school, 1987. I got it done, and I drove it. So it's an 18-year-old kid restoration. I drove it in Michigan as a daily driver for 2 years, not in the wintertime, but sold it in '89, and I found it on eBay in 2015. It was in New Jersey, and bought it back. So this is pictures. This is when I got it. It was in pieces, you know, it was all tore apart. The frame was actually rusted in half. It broke in half, and my buddy and I took it to my other buddies to fix it. So that's me in '87 with it, working on it
I
there.
like
So
that.
it's an 18-year-old kid
I like
restoration.
that hairdo. That's
Yeah,
that's
right,
pretty
that's
cool.
what I had to do,
Yeah.
Nice.
That was my skinnier, faster, you know, days.
So did you end up painting the car then?
I painted it back then. I did that whole thing in '87.
Okay.
And so it's an 18. I didn't have any money, so it's an 18-year-old kid restoration. So nothing like the interior is what I did. The engine, I detailed it up since I bought it back. But the engine, the drivetrain, everything's what I did. Somebody repainted it once, but the door jamb paint, everything's what I did. So, and then I added the wheels and tires after I bought it back. But, so Daytona blue interior. It's a 250 horse 3-speed car. It's a turd, but it was as base as you could get. Everybody ordered 4-speeds or power glides, and they were
Right.
made 840 3-speed cars. So
Well, it looks good inside here. It looks real cool.
It's a fun car. Yeah. These cabinets were from a Chevy dealership from the 60s, and a friend of mine found them in Maine and brought them down, and they were just all yellow from everybody smoking in the 60s and 70s. So I cleaned them up and built the stands for them, and I had these signs made. Detroit, General Motors had these billboards for Woodward Dream Cruise probably 10 to 15 years ago as billboards in Detroit. So I got them offline, and I had my buddy make the signs, put them on the top.
That's cool. Did you paint them then? Or
No,
they
they're
were
plastic. This is not. I just cleaned them up.
It was
They were
yellow from the
yellow
smoke.
smoking, and I cleaned them all up. They were really yellow,
Wow.
and so man, that's original plastic.
They don't do cool stuff like this anymore with all the colors and
I know it. Yeah. So then back here, this is my workshop back here. This is my buddy's SCCA race car, and last year for our Speed Vet Fest, which is a show that we do in May, the third Saturday of May, it'll be May 17th of 2025. But this year we did this, or it was last year I guess, we built that car for his grandson and made it match Grandpa's car. We painted the Hoosiers on the tires and stickered it all up the same. So
now do you sell many vehicles? Because
when I get them done, I'll drive them a little
Okay.
bit and sell them.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't buy. I mean, I do buy stuff. You know, I do buy and sell some stuff. You know,
Right.
a lot of times they're project cars. I'll clean them up and whatever. But I haven't had time to do many lately. This is the next project I want to do. This and my 72 back there. This is a 74 Greenwood body, and I want to do an over-the-top kind of resto rod, make it a kind of a 70s paint scheme and interior, but kind of a updated look to it. So that's the goal. You can see I got my chalk out and was kind of doing some kindergarten coloring on it, but that's
Is
the
this
goal.
going to be your Corvette summer?
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. The paint
We
scheme.
watched that movie like
I haven't seen
a
that
month
movie.
ago,
I want
and
to watch it because it's just.
it reminds you. It'll get you motivated.
So that paint scheme is kind of what I guess here. Like when you make stuff, yes, and the interior, I want to learn something about maybe this interior. So this is kind of what, that's the paint scheme we kind of wanted to do.
Oh
with this
yeah,
car, you know,
yeah. I think that'd be cool.
something like that. So
Yeah.
72 convertible, that'll be a resto rod project. That's a rear clip for the yellow car.
Right.
That's a 53 DeSoto, one family owned car. It was in the gas department here for 45 years and I bought it last year. They came down and asked if I'd be interested. I'm like, I don't even know what a 53 DeSoto
What
is.
motor is it?
It's a straight 6.
Okay.
And they had it running about 15 years ago. I'm sure it'll run. I haven't had time to even try to get it running, but it needs a Hemi is what it needs.
Right. That's why I was
Well,
like,
that
yeah,
thing-
what is it?
This thing is so solid, you know. The only rust is underneath where the battery is at, the battery tray, but it's a cool little car. This would
The
be-
doors are huge.
Isn't that crazy? Look how solid.
The doors weigh 1,000 pounds too.
This would have been perfect for that Hemi that I took out of my
I
34.
need a Hemi for this, and I want to just keep the patina, you know, clean it up a little
Yeah.
bit more, and probably just paint the wheels red and get some wide whites. And
Doors are shut
Oh,
so
it's crazy.
good.
I know. I mean, yeah,
What year?
53.
Put that on chassis and
Well, I'll tell you what, the Hemi that I took out of my car was a 53 DeSoto. That would have been
That's the only rust right there. The rest of the car is
Yeah.
super solid. Cool.
yeah, that's cool.
You know.
You can go sailing.
Now and then you brought the paint booth in.
I bought it from a guy in Columbia.
Did you?
He had a hot rod shop. He was going out of business.
Yeah.
I got it probably a couple years ago and
Nice,
installed it.
nice. Then just old gas pumps
Gas
and
pumps and just junk all over the place.
yeah.
These are Lincoln cabinets, like the one that's in the Alamite cabinet hanging on the wall. They used to have different brands, of course, you know, different companies made them. That's a John Bean cabinet. It was like an alignment
Oh, that's a
machine.
cool cabinet. Where do you find all this stuff?
You know, I bought 4 of those before, and when I brought all this stuff down from Michigan.
Yeah.
I bought 4 of those from a guy in Nebraska before we moved down here. That came out of a little dealership I worked at when I was in high school, and it burned down in '91, and they threw it in the dumpster, so I went and got it. So
That's so cool. Like the little badges and
John Bean alignment.
wow,
Eventually, I want to restore that. But
that's neat. I like the old fans.
yeah, like anything that looks cool. The old World War II tanker over there. Junk all over the place. I forget I have stuff. I found it.
Yeah, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And looks like a lot of treasure to me. There's not much junk I can see. I have a rhyming thing today. Are you getting hungry just looking at all the food? Well, that was great. Jeff really took care of us. Thank you to him, his wife, for giving us the whole tour. Can't say enough. Nicest people in the world. Man, you gotta stop by. I had pulled pork, and then what did you have, Gil?
I think I had a Coney dog.
Coney dog and something else. You were putting it away.
Yeah, it was too good not to.
But stop by, and I did not do the ice cream, but I hear the ice cream is amazing. So give them a follow. We'll tag them in the comments below as well for their Instagram page for Speed Vet, as well as their restaurant. So give them a follow. But thanks again to Jeff for the tour. We're still on the road. We have to get to our next stop. We're running late, but not that late.
As usual.
As usual, we tend to talk a lot. So on to the next spot, and we're hoping to show you more here. So keep watching for more cars here in this episode. Okay, I promised you a private collection. We're at an undisclosed location. Can't tell you where we're at. We're in New Jersey. Yeah, let's just say New Jersey. But we're going to show you some amazing cars in here. Thank you to the gentleman that gave us a tour. Let's take a walk inside the garage. You can see behind me, it's pretty big. So we're just going to kind of scan through the cars and show you what we saw. So one of my favorites that I'm going to try to steal is this black 40 Ford. Beautiful inside and out. All these cars run, drive, and are driven. So we kind of got 2 rows down through here. So everything has been done, all the air conditioning. This car is amazing. We'll show you inside some of these as well. It's got a roll cage back in here, and there's so much detail. But just really, hopefully you can see this with the black interior, how nice the fit and finish on this car is. Over the top, you have the flat head. Everything is all polished underneath. Again, all the details throughout. Everything's painted slick. Let's just keep walking down the row. This 35 Ford I really like. Even the manifold, everything is all polished, flat head. This is a real Ford GT Mustang. The Comet is super nice. And then we have another Mustang that the gentleman actually used to race back in the day. So beautiful. He's got the hood scoop, the Shelby hood scoop, and more. Everything underneath these are just as detailed. Now, those of you that watch the channel here, you know I tend to gravitate towards that side, more of the hot rods, but some of my favorite cars are actually on this side, and I don't know everything about them, but I'll try to tell you a little bit. You can comment below if you know more. I'm gonna share a few things. Multiple cars through here have 427s in them, and just really crazy. This car is beautiful. So I'm going to show you the sign on this. So 427, this is a 1 of 57 ever made of this. It's an R code Fairlane, and so it's a 1966 Ford Fairlane, number 35 R code. So again, they only made 57 of them, and the gentleman said the only reason that they only made 57 because they couldn't source enough engines. They wanted to do 100 of them, but they only came up with the 57 engines because other engines were going in other cars. But this car is beautiful. Even inside, this car is just as nice. The interior, the headliner, 4-speed car, beautiful. But yeah, crazy. The 57 Ford here is just as slick down the side. But let me go this way. We want to show you underneath the hood here in a second, but the interior again is beautiful. Another 4-speed car, but look underneath the hood. We have a supercharger underneath the hood of this, so just beautiful. Then we get into a Starliner. So this was a former race car as well, at least a little bit. It raced, but just beautiful. So 61 Ford Starliner, and some of the extra details on it. So it's got the 390, the 401 horse, has a lot of extra upgrades throughout this on the build. Check out the slicks underneath. Another 427 car. So 427, 4-speed. And absolutely one of our favorites is this. It actually has a 406, but he said this one is sounding one of the meanest, but it's a rose colored car. You can't really tell the color in here as much. Maybe the lights will change a little bit here for you, but the stance, the interior, just the package tray on this car, the interior matches. A lot of them had black interiors, but you'll notice the interior kind of matches the car. But again, it's a real metallic, so out in the sun, it just really pops in the sun on this car and sounds amazing. The trunk is humongous. And then we have another Ford here, this one 427 as well. So we have original 32 Ford Roadster. So this one was actually a V8 car, not a 4-cylinder. All restored. Interior is just as nice underneath. Beautiful rumble seat. You got the seat. This one, 5-window, real Henry Ford steel. So this one potentially could be bought. You can contact us, Opposing Cylinders, if you have an interest in this car. But real Henry Ford steel. It's got a Cadillac engine. You see how detailed it is. It's all chopped. Quick change underneath this. So it's got a Cadillac engine with a 3-speed Catalysal and 2 deuces underneath. And then this one, the gentleman has owned this car for 50 plus years. Just a nice all steel 33 Ford 5-window coupe. But kind of giving you a look through the garage one more time. And what an amazing collection. We hope that you like that. I know that's kind of a quick walk through. We've been here for probably 2 hours already and just learning about the stories. I'm going to show you maybe a few other things just along the walls, just some of the history as well, just some of the old parts and tools from old dealerships. You look at some of the stuff on the walls. You have gas pumps around. But that's what it's all about, is meeting people, getting invites to see some of these collections and bringing some of these to you. We're very grateful to be able to do some of this. Gil and I, we've been some amazing collections. We thank all the people that allow us to come into these collections as well. It really means a lot to us, and to be able to share it with you. We try to keep some of this private where we are, as can be understood. But the gentleman has one heck of a collection, and yeah, it's just really neat to be able to do these things. So comment below, what is your favorite part of the collection? Which car would you have? I know which one I would have, and I'm a hot rod guy, but I think we would do the rose-colored, the 406 car, because that car is just amazing and beautiful. So yeah, so Gil and I will get back on the road here in a minute. We're going to talk a little bit more, and we'll show you more in the next episode. We have more coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee area. Another undisclosed collection coming in the next episode. So don't go away. We're going to be right back. We have a little bit more to show you. Now, I'm sitting in a dream car, and it's not a hot rod, right? This car literally has 77 miles on this car, and I'm going to show you the dash, and then we'll show you the outside. But this is the first time I've ever sat in a car like this, and it's like a spaceship. But you can see, if you can see the dash, it says GT. And yeah, can you figure it out? Look inside, and we see what's on the other side of us. Got the paddle shifters here, and the doors that go up. All the carbon fiber, all this is all carbon fiber through here as well. All the weave goes all the way up in this. All this is all carbon fiber. Crazy. Can you guess what I'm in? Well, let me get out and let me show you. I'm gonna be very delicate getting out. I said I have to sit in the car. So thank you to the couple allowing me to sit in this car. I can't imagine what it sounds like, but I'll show you outside here in a second. Let's go. Okay, I told you I would show you on the outside. I'm still reliving the experience of sitting on the inside, but let's look on the outside. And this is a complete carbon fiber body. Everything is carbon fiber, it's just painted over, but you'll see the carbon fiber inside everything, the weave. So it is highly spec'd. All this is all carbon fiber in. The dash is all carbon fiber. Check out the mirrors. Titanium or carbon fiber wheels. Look how big the rotors are. I mean, the rotors are massive. All the splitters. Everything is carbon fiber, put it that way. Exhaust. Titanium exhaust. Look at the titanium exhaust on this thing. Wow. And then we got another one over here. So, I don't know. I mean, you have to be geeked out when you see stuff like this. If you're watching this and you're not like, oh wow, then you're probably watching the wrong channel. I hate to say it. Doesn't matter what type of car person you are, you gotta appreciate that, because that's just amazing artwork and just crazy. But I don't know what else to say. But we'll show you the red one here as well. Whew. I hope you were thinking that we were going to show you some exciting things today, because we brought a lot of exciting things, from hot rods to muscle cars to Ford GTs. We've seen it all today, right, Gil?
We've seen quite a bit, and I get to sit in this car next.
Oh boy. Okay.
Cool.
Wow. Well, we got to get some fuel before we head back to Nashville. And the rain is moving in. I think Gil's truck's gonna get a little wet. We hoped you liked that collection. The last two cars were a total surprise. I had no idea that the gentleman had those two cars. And I know, I get geeked out on this stuff, but I think you would too. Getting to sit in cars like that, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime. How many times do you actually get to see those cars, let alone sit in them? But really beautiful, great collection. thanks for watching today's video. We have another episode coming up while we're in Tennessee. We have more collections coming to you, so you gotta stay tuned for part 2 of our Tennessee journey. And private collections, we have another stop I think tomorrow before we get back to Ohio and to California. If you like today's video, comment below, share the video with a friend. We appreciate that. Consider joining Opposing Cylinders on our website, OpposingCylinders.com, as a member. We're giving you discounts. We keep adding new vendor partners each and every week. Big names, vendor partners, discounts on parts, supplies, shipping, you name it. We have you covered at OpposingCylinders.com. Consider joining us either as a club or a crew member. And by all means, check out all the latest listings at OpposingCylinders.com, where we have almost 200 vehicles for sale, some of the best hot rods, customs, trucks, and more online at this time. Finally, hit the thumbs up. If you like today's video, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the road still in Tennessee next episode. And we'll be hanging out with Gil in his F100. We'll see you on the road.